Track Wrestling with Terry Steiner of USA Wrestling. Terry, you have been on the road quite a bit. This has been a long journey. You were at the Senior World Championships, now we're at the U23s. You feeling recovered right now?
Yeah, I had a few weeks at home. Didn't even know what that felt like anymore, but I had a few weeks at home, and then a couple weeks ago we had camp there, getting ready for this event, and we had our cadet and juniors in as well. And so, yeah, it's been about a month, I guess, since I've been back out on the road, so it was good being at home. It was good touching base with family again, and having a little bit of a downtime, I guess, from a travel perspective. But I'm excited to be here, and it's a big event. I mean, the U23 World Championships is a high-quality event, and, you know, Team USA is going to have to be ready.
Do you think the women know how tough this event is?
Well, I think they know it's a world championship, right? And we expect that a world championship is going to be a tough event with top competitors, and we're going to have to be at our best when we step on that mat, and we're going to have to be willing to compete hard when we step on that mat. So I think we know that. I mean, we have some returning team members here, but some first-timers as well, so I think there's a good mixture. But you know, we're expecting a tough event, but we're also expecting success.
How do you feel about where the U.S. women's team is right now going into an Olympic cycle?
I feel good about it, you know. I mean, you know, I think the main thing right now is, you know, that we keep progressing. I mean, you know, everyone right now, the athletes are concerned about one thing, and that's making the Olympic team, right? And that's where their focus is right now, and you know, and that's where it's kind of different for a coaching staff and the organization. You know, our goal right now is to qualify those weight classes that are not yet qualified. So we're probably not 100% on the same page, but we understand that, you know, we can't be at this point. We have to, you know, as a coaching staff, we have to get these weights qualified, and the athletes, you know, they want to make those teams. So it's very understandable to be on two different paths right now, but I think, you know, we can combine the two and get all of this done.
You have a senior world team member in Kayla Miracle. How does she focus in on this? She's been on this team 2 years, placed fifth twice. How does she take advantage of this last opportunity?
Well, I think for Kayla, I think really, I mean, after what happened at the Senior World Championships, you know, I think she fell short of her goals there. So I think the best thing that can happen is to get back on that competition mat again, right, and prove to herself and you know, that of where she should be, and get back out there and compete again, right? And so Kayla's a great wrestler, and you know, she lost a very close match at the World Championships that knocked her out of the competition, but, you know, we have high expectations for her.
Do you try to get some of the younger athletes to learn from the older athletes while they're on a trip like this?
Absolutely. I mean, that's, you know, and coming in, you know, we had camp last week in Colorado Springs, and I think it's important there too that they're back around the senior national team and understand that, hey, no matter what just happened at the Senior Worlds, you know, we got to keep climbing forward, and it's still about progressing every day and learning from each other and pushing each other forward. So, you know, that's really what it's all about. Is you know, sometimes you're pulling people up underneath of you, and sometimes you're being pulled up, right? And so this younger group right now, for them to be around some of the senior national team members is a great thing, right? And because they can show you a different level, right? And you know, it depends where you're at on that spectrum, right? I mean, Kayla Miracle is our #1 person on the senior team right now, and she's on the U23 team as well. So, you know, she's right here with these girls, and hopefully her leadership can help all of them.
You were saying earlier that the advancement of women's wrestling over the last 6 years has just been exponential. What goes into that? Why has that happened so quickly?
Well, I think what you're seeing is you see a lot of our younger kids, our U15, our cadet. You know, you can tell when they come into camp that they're at a little bit different level, right? They've been around structured programs. They know how to drill. They know how to zero in and focus. You know, they have better technique. You can tell they've been around great coaches, you know, or better coaches and people that have paid attention to them and put them as a first priority instead of dealing with them secondhand. So it shows, right? And it shows. And I think just as you get more numbers, as you gain numbers, just the level of competition just drives everything up, and it drives up their technical performances. It drives up you know, how they compete when they do step on the mat. It just develops everything a little bit faster.
Do a lot of these girls want to have conversations with you about what weight class they're going to choose for the Olympics?
Yeah, we've had a lot of conversations, especially with our senior national team. You know, right after the World Championships, you know, after a couple weeks, or I think a week and a half, we started individual meetings with our senior national team. We're not 100% through those yet, but we're through with a lot of them, and so we've had those conversations for sure, and we're starting to get a better picture of what the trials are going to look like from you know, where people are going to be weight-wise, for sure. And you know, there's going to be some surprises, I'm sure, for some people, but you know, ultimately the athlete has to choose where they think is the best spot for them, right? And where they can be most successful. It's definitely not a staff decision, right? It's an athlete decision, and you know, they may ask for some guidance and some help, but really they need to make that decision, because ultimately they're the ones that have to live with that. This is their journey. This is their careers, and you know, they're going to have to move forward and live with that for the rest of their lives. So we want them to be making that decision. We're not going to make that for them.
Terry Steiner, all the best at U23s.
Thank you.